हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna. So we're discussing the instructions of Lord Shiva. He is actually singing the glories of the Lord, Rudra Geetam. Very wonderful way he is offering his prayers. So we'll try to just see some of his prayers. They're uh, very philosophical. So he was glorifying about the Lord in four forms: Pradyumna, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So this is the glorification he is offering. So we will just see that how they are properly connected, and then he started offering praise to the universal form. So this is the sequence how he is doing, and they say that Christianity and Hinduism there is something common. There is three Trinity, and here also three: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Actually, we don't have three; it is four for us. So this is even the number three is also not common. We have Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, and Anuruddha. We have four actually. It is not three. It's a wrong understanding. So it's nothing common also even in that three. They say the Holy Spirit, God, and the living entity. But of course, they say that is devotion. But here it is our four. So here we have seen that how this part where Vasudev uh, is the Sankarshan is the ingredients. Sorry, integration and disintegration. Vasudev is all ingredients. So he is a chitta. Mahatattva is the manifestation of Vasudev. And then there is Sankarshan, who is integration and disintegration, and he is also ego represented by Shiva. So Veshti and Samishti. Samishti is Sankarshan, Veshti is like for particular person it is Shiva. Overall it is Sankarshan. And then there is Pradyumna, who is growth and maintenance. So Lord only manifests in different forms. Even in the spiritual world also, only in Goloka you don't have these four forms. Krishna and Balram are there. In that, Vasudev is within Krishna, and Sankarshan and Pradyumna and Aniruddha, they are all in Balramji. And when it comes to Dwaraka, then there is all four forms are there: Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So they are all four forms are manifested, and then Vaikuntha, all the four forms are manifested. And in material world also, they are manifested as Shiva, Brahma, and Sun. Here we have seen Aniruddha is the master of senses and mind, and his son Chitta is Vasudeva. All ingredients are there, and growth and maintenance is by Pradyumna. So that's why we have these four forms. Actually, what happens is this Mahanarayana from the spiritual world, then comes Narayana form, and Narayana, all these again four forms are there manifesting, who are controlling this material universe. So before Narayana, Mahanarayana, the four forms are there. So directly who comes from Krishna, they are taking care of the spiritual world part. After that, Narayana comes from the Sankarshana. That Narayana is Maha Vaikuntha Loka. After that, whoever comes, they are taking care of the material world. Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Vasudeva. So that is the understanding. Vesti and Samishti. So here we have the gods who are representing here. So mind is we have seen that how it is controlled by sun is Surya Namaskara we do and Sandhya Vandana we do because we don't want to get affected in the mind by because of the three modes. That's why three Sandhyas we do because the mode changes in Sandhya. That is the reason people do Gayatri so that they don't get affected. They remember the Lord. Basically, Gayatri means You are meditating. Dhimahi means meditating on the Lord. So we meditate on the Lord so that the modes of nature don't affect us. Then he's offering, you are the provider of the for Pitrulokas, predominating deity of moon, master of all Vedas, and offer respectful obeisances because the original source of for all satisfaction for all living entities. This is very important. So if I want to satisfy all living entities, we have to satisfy Krishna because he is the satisfaction. That is the reason. So here that's why it is said Pitrulokas also, moon also, Vedas also, and satisfaction. That's why Devarshi Bhutatrinam Pitridam. That's how Shiva is concluding. He says, if you want to satisfy everyone, satisfy Krishna. Otherwise, no matter how much we do, it is not happening. Then, after these four forms, then he started glorifying the universal form, the gigantic universal form, which consists of the three contains the individual bodies of living entities. So, example Prabhupada gives is very nice. He says that in our body also we have so many living entities. Similarly, universal form of all living entities of this creation. That's how we understand. So in my body also so many microbes are there and all. I am like a universal form for the microbes and all. Similarly, in the universal form, there are so many living entities like this. And then Lord Shiva says, by expanding your transcendental vibration, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. So here the sound is the important thing. So if by when the Lord vibrates, the sound vibration starts from the Lord, then only we can understand things. So you are the all-pervading sky within and without. So sound is coming, and there should be Lord also, right? Who is able to? The sky should also be there. We should have mouth, the ability to speak. Then there is sky, and then ability to hear. Everything is there. So it's all Lord only who is giving. The ultimate goal of pious activities, both within and within this material world and beyond it. Therefore, so now, if I want to do pious activities, I should listen what is there. So that's why it is given that we hear properly and we speak. We perform proper pious activities. So there, that's why here Lord is here Brahma is sorry Shiva is telling the Vedic evidence is called Shabda Brahma. So, and based on this only we perform our activities. So, there are many things which are beyond the perception of our imperfect senses, yet authoritative evidence of sound vibration is perfect. So, Vedas known as Shabdam because evidence taken from Vedas constitute the ultimate understanding. So, that is the reason. And Prabhupada says that chanting of Hare Krishna Maha is the ultimate understanding. So, we will understand things properly. And Lord Shiva is trying to and Prabhupada, right? Shiva is therefore praying to personality in order to be kind to us, so that simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can understand everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. So the word Amushmani is significant in this regard. It indicates the best target one can aim for it after attaining the higher plant systems. So those who are engaged in fruitive activities and all, they are going, but the highest is Golok Vrindavan. That's what Lord Shiva is praying. And this says that you are the viewer of results of pious activities. So if I am doing pious activities, who is seeing it? Krishna is only seeing. So who is seeing? Krishna is seeing them. Your inclination, declination, and the resultant activities. So this is also if I am inclined to something and not inclined, and the resultant action, that is also Lord. You are the cause of miserable conditions of life caused by irreligion. Therefore, your death I offer my respectful obeisances. So in this way also, even if you are getting death, that also you should know. Okay, like there is a famous saying. There is actually one incident that happened when Rome was attacked by some Hunas, like these are the barbarians. They attacked. So the priest he says that Lord is coming in this form. So he was very nice devotee. He has a good understanding. He says Lord is coming in the form. I respect him. So when the leader of this, what do you say, leader of this barbarians, he came to know that he was respected like this. So he left them. He did not kill. Actually, he was supposed to kill everyone. But when he came to know, so this is actually he could directly see this is Lord coming. So even death is also seen as Lord coming. Miserable conditions of life is also Lord only because that is a religion that is cause. So he is the cause of everything. And Prabhupada is writing nice. Prabhupada says, Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto mattasmitir jnanam apohanam cha. So Prabhupada is trying to connect that Supreme Personality of Godhead causes the asuras to forget him and devotees to remember him because they don't want to remember Lord, they want to enjoy. If I want to enjoy in this material world, I have to forget the Supreme Lord. There is no option. Like if I see the Lord, I cannot enjoy. That is not possible. I need to forget. And that forgetfulness is given by Lord because I am desiring it. So we give the example like say if somebody is sun is there, a firefly cannot show its brightness. Only in the night it can show, right? Similarly, if I want to show how great I am, then I should not have any competitor besides me. Like I want to lift some 250 kgs and get a gold medal in Olympics. And Krishna will come and he lift Govardhan Hill. So where is the gold medal for me? He says, Lord, I don't want you. So Lord says, okay, okay, you forget about me. So the cause of forgetfulness and everything is Lord only. Pravittimcha nivittimcha janana vidarasara. The asaras do not know which way one should be inclined to act and which way one should not be inclined to act. Although the asuras oppose devotional service, it is to be understood they are inclined that way due to Supreme Personality of Godhead only. Actually, interestingly, Duryodhana says, I know what is right, but I don't want to do it. At least that time Asuras know what is right, what is wrong. Now Asuras, they don't know only. They think whatever they are doing is right only. Duryodhana says that I know this is right, this is wrong, but I don't want to do it. He says, I know Krishna is. Dhritarashtra says he gets doubt. Dhritarashtra is in between. He sometimes believes that Krishna is God, but he also gets a doubt why he is supporting Pandavas. He should be neutral because he is God. He is not able to surrender. But Duryodhana was very clear. Because the asuras do not like to engage in Lord's devotional service, the Lord within gives them intelligence to forget. Ordinary karmis desire promotion to Pitralokas, Yanti Devata Devan, they worship the demigods and go there. And in this verse, the word Dukkha Dhaya is very significant. For those who are non devotees, are perpetually put into the cycle of birth and death. This is very miserable condition because one's position in life is attained according to one's activities. So perpetually people are unnecessarily wasting their time and they are staying happily. I don't know how. One's position is their very miserable conditions, perpetually put. So नमस्ते आसि आशिषाम् ईशा मनवे कारणात्मने नमो धर्माय भृते कृष्णा कृष्णाय कुण्ठमेधसे पुरुषास्य पुराणाय साङ्ख्ययोगेश्वराय च. My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benedictions, the oldest, the supreme enjoyer amongst all enjoyers. You are the master of the world's metaphysical philosophy. For you are the supreme cause of all causes. Lord Krishna, you are the greatest of all religious principles, supreme mind. You are the brain, which is never checked by any condition. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you. So we discussed this yesterday also that Vedaham samatitani vartamani charjam. Lord knows past, present, future, everything he knows. And Krishna is addressed as Ashisham Isha, the saying great saintly personalities are able to offer benedictions to ordinary lineages, but they in turn are benedicted by the Supreme Lord. Mayeva Vihitan Hita. So we are affected by the mind, but Lord is beyond it, that we discussed yesterday. And then Rudra says that, my dear Lord, you are the supreme controller of the work, sense activities, the results of senses. Therefore, you are the controller of both body and mind. See, all the prayers, if we see, different personalities are offering, like Kunti is offering, and Bhishma is offering, or Brahma is offering, and here Rudra is offering. So their prayers will be connected to the activities which they are doing, because Rudra is connected to creation, is predominating deity for false ego. You see, all the prayers are related to that only. You are the controller, you are the master, you are the supreme control of egoistic known as Rudra. So he's telling the same thing here. So because they are now Brahma is also talking about creation, and Kunti is talking about relationships, attachment, and then she's telling, "Oh, I saw you doing this, but you are Yadbhibeti Swayam Bhayam." And Bhishma is talking about Krishna in the battlefield, and along the Arjuna, you are the Sakhe, Vijaya Sakhe. So he is seeing Krishna in that form as a friend of Arjuna and in the battlefield, and whatever activity he did in battlefield. Kunti Mara is talking about whatever Krishna did in her personal life and his leelas in Vrindavan. And Brahma is talking about creation, and Rudra is also similarly something related to that. All the controlling. Because why is so much in controlling? Because false ego makes to us feel that I am the controller. And Lord Shiva is telling, no, 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 you are the controller, you are the controller. So he's telling everything is controlled by Lord. So the ego don't get affected. So here you are saying that he is telling you are the supreme control of work, sense activities, and results of sense activities. Therefore, you are the controller of body, mind, and senses. You are the supreme controller of egotism, known as Rudra. You are the source of knowledge and activities of Vedic injunction. So everything related to control, because he is for ego. So, so this is the important understanding. So, and everyone acts under the dictation of ego. Therefore, Shiva is trying to purify false egotism through the mercy of Supreme Lord. So, this is the point. So, why everything? Because ego is what is controlling everyone. So, trying to purify false egotism through the mercy of Supreme Lord. Even Lord Shiva purifies our ego. That's why if you want to enter Vrindavan, Vrindavan Parikrama starts with first worshipping Gopeshwar Mahadev. Because he could enter Vrindavan because he gave up that identity. He becomes Gopish. He was trying to come to Vrindavan to see in the form of Lord Shiva. Then he said no entry. Then he goes, takes bath in one of the kunds, and then he gets a body of a gopi. Then he could go and participate. Means he was just, he's of course a gatekeeper there. And what he's trying to tell that this is actually the method to enter into Vrindavan. No ego. And we have to worship Lord Shiva to overcome ego. And since Lord Shiva Rudra is himself the control of egotism, he indirectly wants to be purified by the mercy of Lord so that his real egotism can be awakened. Of course, Rudra is always spiritually awake, but for our benefit, he is praying in this way. So, this is the reason why he is praying, even though he is awake. For the impersonalist, pure egotism is aham brahmasmi. I am not this body, I am spirit soul. But in actual position, the spirit soul has devotional activity to perform. And therefore, Lord Shiva prays he be engaged both in mind and action in devotional service. So this is the process of purifying uh, uh, purifying false egotism. Chetaha means knowledge. Without knowledge, one cannot act perfectly. Actually, an ego is the source of our activity. Ego makes us our actions. So, if you have proper ego, we act properly. So, if I am knowing that I am a husband, I am a wife, I act properly. If I am a student, I act properly. So, activity is very much dependent on ego, right? So, here the word vachaha or vibration means that Vedic vibrations, the origin of creation is sound vibration. If the sound vibration is clear and purified, perfect knowledge and perfect activities becomes manifest. This is enacted by the chanting of Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Shiva is praying again and again for the purification of body, mind, and activities through the purification of knowledge and action under the pure direction of Vedas. So this is the process. दर्शनं नो दिक्षूनां देहि भागवतार्चितं रूपं प्रियतमं स्वानां सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाञ्जनम्. My dear Lord, I wish to see you exactly in the form that your very dear devotees worship. You have many other forms, but I wish to see you form that is especially liked by devotees. Please be merciful upon me and show me that form, for only that form worshipped by the devotees can perfectly satisfy all the demands of the senses. So, in the Shrutis or Veda mantras, it is said that Supreme Absolute Truth is Sarva Kamaha, Sarva Grandaha, Sarva Rasaha, or in other words, he is known as Raso Vaisaha, the source of all relishable relationships, Rasas. So we have various senses, the powers of senses, tasting, smelling, touching, etc. And all the propensities our senses can be satisfied with the senses when the senses are engaged in the service of Lord. Rishikesh Sevanam Bhakti Ruchati. So this is what is from Narada Pancharatra. And one has to become free from all designations or false ego and thus become purified. And Prabhupada writes, when we engage our senses service Lord, the desire or inclination of the senses can be perfectly fulfilled. Lord Shiva therefore wants to see the Lord in a form which is inconceivable to Buddhist philosophers or Buddhists. So the impersonalists and the voidists also have to see the form of Absolute. In the Buddhist temple, there are forms of Lord Buddha in meditation, but there are not worshipped like the forms of Lord in Vaishnava temples. So amongst the different sampradayas, either Radha, Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana worship. So we want to worship especially Krishna. That is the highest form. So we should be very clear about it. Venum Kanantam Aravinda Dalayataaksham Barahavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesh Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Samaham Bhajami. So Prabhupada says, thus Lord Shiva desired to see the personality of Godhead as he is described in this way. You want to see him as he appears to the Bhagavatas. So, and the highest form is this one. So, uh, his form as the young enjoyer of the gopis and companions of the cowherd boys, Kishora Murti, is the most perfect form. Prabhupada is very clearly telling here. So that is our Gaudiya understanding, the highest, most perfect form of Krishna because he enjoys maximum. स्निग्धप्रावद्गणश्यामं सर्वसौन्दर्यसङ्ग्रहं चार्व आयच्युतं भुवाहुः सुजातारुचिराननं पद्मकोशपलाकाक्षं पद्मकोशपलासाक्षं सुन्दरभूरुसुन्यासिकं सुधिग्न्यं सुखपोलाशं समकारं समकर्णा विभूषणम्. How is the form of the Lord? Lord beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season As the rainfall glis- glistens, his bodily features also uh, glistens. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has four arms and an exquisitely beautiful face and eyes like lotus petals, a beautiful high raised nose, a mind attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. So, after scorching heat of summer season, it is very pleasing to see a dark cloud in the sky. So, now Lord Shiva is meditating on Krishna. So, he is explaining how beautiful Lord is. And we should also understand uh, so we understand that the Lord wears peacock feather, and this is, see, all the people who are describing the Lord at different times, different places, everybody is describing the same form. They're geographically different locations. They're in terms of time also, there are different timelines, and all of them are seeing the same form. That means we should accept that Krishna will be like this only, because people may doubt now, you are seeing Lord, he is seeing Lord, different time, different places, and everybody is seeing the same form only, and everybody is describing the same form. He is this color, he is wearing a peacock feather, and his hair is like this, and his bodily complexion is like this. And Sundara and Snigdha means very pleasing. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. So millions of Cupid. So everybody is describing like this. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to see the most opulent form of Narayana or Vishnu. Generally, the worship of Lord begins with the worship of Narayana Vishnu, whereas the worship of Lord Krishna and Radha is most confidential. Lord Narayana is worshipable by Pancharatric Vidhi or regulative principles, whereas Krishna is worshipped by Bhagavat Vidhi. No one can worship the Lord in Bhagavat Vidhi without going through the regulation of Pancharatrika Vidhi. Actually, neophyte devotees worship the Lord according to Pancharatrika Vidhi or the regulative principles of Narada Pancharatra. Radha Krishna cannot be approached by neophyte devotees. Therefore, temple worship according to regulative principles is offered to Lakshmi Narayana. Although there may be Radha Krishna Vigraha or forms, the worship of neophyte devotees is acceptable as Lakshmi Narayana worship. Worship according to Pancharatra Vidhi is Vidhi Marga, and worship according to Bhagavad Vidhi is called Raga Marga. The principles of Raga Marga are especially meant for devotees who are elevated to the Vrindavan platform. So the inhabitants of Vrindavan, gopis, Mother Yashoda, Ananda Maharaj, the cowherd boys, the cows, everyone are actually on the Raga Marga or Bhagavat Marga. So they participate in five basic rasas. So Prabhupada is giving Bhakti Rasamas in the class nicely. So although these five rasas are found in Bhagavat Marga is especially meant for Vatsalya and Madhurya or parental conjugal relationship. Yet there is a Vishrambha Sakya, the higher fraternal worship of the Lord, especially enjoyed by cowherd boys. Although there is friendship between Krishna and cowherd boys, this friendship is different from Aishwarya friendship between Krishna and Arjuna. When Arjuna saw Vishwarup, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, he was afraid of having treated Krishna as ordinary friend. Therefore, he begged Krishna's pardon. However, the cowherd boys who are friends of Krishna in Vrindavan sometimes ride on shoulders of Krishna. They treat Krishna equally, just as they treat one another, and they are never afraid of him, nor do they even beg his pardon. Thus, the Ragamarga or Bhagavat Marga friendship exists on a higher platform with Krishna, namely the platform of Vishrambha friendship. Parental friendship, parental service, and conjugal service with Krishna are visible in Vrindavan Ragamarg relationship. Without serving Krishna according to Vidhi Marga, regulative principles of the Pancharatra Vidhi, Unscrupulous persons want to jump immediately to Ragamarga principles. Such persons are called Sahajiyas. They are also demons who enjoy depicting Krishna and his pastime with gopis, taking advantage of Krishna by their lunatious character. These demons who print books and write lyrics on Ragamarga principles are surely on the way to hell. Unfortunately, they lead others down with them. Devotees in Krishna conscious should be very careful to avoid such demons. One should strictly follow the Vidhimarg regulative principles in worship of Lakshmi Narayana. Uh, just a minute. Purpose is very clear. One should strictly follow the Vidhimarga regulative principles in worship of Lakshmi Narayana, although the Lord is present in the temple of as Radha and Krishna. So for us, this is Radha Krishna includes Lakshmi Narayana. Therefore, when one worships the Lord according to regulative principles, the Lord accepts the service in the role of Lakshmi Narayana. In the Nectar of Devotion, full instructions are given about the Vidhimarga worship of Radha and Krishna or Lakshmi Narayana. Although there are 64 kinds of offer, eh, uh, 64 kinds of offenses one can commit in the Vidhimarga worship. In Ragamarga worship, there is no consideration of such offenses because devotees on the platform are very much elevated and there is no question of offense. But if we do not follow the regulative principles of Vidhimarga platform and keep our eyes trained to spot offenses, we will not make progress. In this description of Krishna's beauty, Lord Shiva uses the word cha, charvayata chuta, bahu, sujata, ruchinananam, indicate that the beautiful four-armed form of Narayana or Vishnu. Those who worship Lord Krishna describe him as Sujata Ruchinananam. In the Vishnu Tattva, there are hundreds and thousands and millions of forms of Supreme Lord, but of all these forms, form of Krishna is the most beautiful. Thus, for those who worship Krishna, the word Sujata Ruchinanam is used. The four-arm form of Vishnu have different purposes. The hands holding the lotus flower and conchal are meant for the devotees, whereas the two hands holding a disc and mace or club are meant for the demons. Actually, all of the Lord's arms are auspicious, whether they are holding conchal and flowers or club and discs. The demons killed by Vishnu's chakra, disc, and club are elevated to the spiritual world, just like the devotees who are protected with the hands holding the lotus flower and conch. However, the demons who are elevated to the spiritual world are situated in the impersonal Brahman effulgence, where the devotees are allowed to enter into Vaikuntha. Those who are devotees of Lord Krishna are immediately elevated to Golok Vrindavan planet. So this is what the Lord's beauty is compared to rainfall because when the rain falls in the rainy season, it becomes more and more pleasing to the people. After the scorching heat of summer season, the people enjoy the rainy season very much. Indeed, they even come out of the doors in the villages and enjoy rainfall directly. Thus, the Lord's bodily features are compared to the clouds of the rainy season, and devotees enjoy. No one can say that the body of the Lord is wanting in beautiful parts. It is completely purna. So Lord don't need anything separate. He don't need any makeover and some makeup and other things. Lord is already beautiful. He's purna. So everything is complete. God's creation, God's beauty, God's bodily features. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat Purna. So everything is beautiful. And both materialist and spiritual can enjoy the beauty of Lord because Supreme Lord is attractive, include demons and devotees. And it is said that even his devotees are attractive. Dhira Dhira Janapriyo. The six Goswamis are also attractive. So that is what even. So similarly in Krishna conscious movement, everything is happening under the predictions of Lord Chaitanya, who by the credit does goes to Lord Chaitanya's sincere servants. Thus the Lord is described as Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. So he is the Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. Priti Prahasitapangam Alakai Lasat Pankaja Kinjalka Dukulam Mrishtakundalam Puratkireetavलया हारनूपुरमेखलं शङ्खचक्रगदापद्मं मालामन्या उत्तमाधिमत्. The Lord is super excellently beautiful on account of his open and merciful smile and his sidelong glance upon his devotees. His black hair is curly, his garments waving in the wind appear like flying saffron pollen from the lotus flowers. His glittering earring, shining helmet, bangles, garlands, ankle bells, waist bells, and various other bodily ornaments combined with conch shell, disc, club, lotus flower to increase the natural beauty of the Kaustuba pearl on his chest. So first, Lord Shiva meditated on the how Lord is a cause of all causes. In the Chaturvyuha form, he meditated. He meditated on the universal form. Then he meditated on how the Lord is cause of all causes, including the ego, and how everything cause of all causes means any activity we do that is the result and cause both is Lord only. Now he is meditating on the form of the Lord. So this is all called Sambandha Jnana only. This is very important. So Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. So when Sambandha comes, automatically we become very happy. So just by having this knowledge. So here is explaining the beauty of the Lord first. The word Prasita Pangam refers to Krishna's smile and sidelong glances to his devotees, especially applies to his uh, dealings with the gopis. Krishna is always in a joking mood when he increases the feeling of conjugal rasa in the hearts of the gopis. Some people have problem with Krishna's conjugal rasa, but Lord Shiva didn't have problem. Simhaskanda Vishobhi सुभाग्रीवकौस्तुभं श्रियानापायिना क्षिप्ता निष्क्रास्मो सतत. The curling hair on the shoulders of a lion appears, sorry, the Lord has shoulders like the lion's. Upon their shoulders are garlands, necklace, and putlets. And all of these are always glittering. Besides this, there is a beauty of Kaustuva Manipal. On the dark chest of the Lord, there are strike named Srivatsa, which are signs of goddesses of fortune. The glittering of the strikes excel the beauty of the golden strikes on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. So, this is how his beauty is explained here. Purarechaga sambigna बलिवल्गुदलोधरं परिदिस्कङ्क अमयद् विश्वं नाभ्यावर्ता गभीरया. The Lord's abdomen is beautiful due to three ripples in the flesh. Being so round, his abdomen resembles the leaf of a banyan tree. And when he exhales and inhales, the movement of the ripples appear very, very beautiful. The coils within the navel of the Lord are so deep that it appears that the entire universe sprouted out of it and yet again wishes to go back. So Lord Shiva is good observer. He's just seeing the navel only, he's glorifying so much. And Prabhupada writing, the whole universe is born out of this lotus stem, which sprouts from the navel of the Lord. Lord Brahma sits on the top of that lotus stem and creates the whole universe. The navel of Lord is so deep and coiling that it appears that the whole universe again want to withdraw within the navel, being attracted by the Lord's beauty. The Lord's navel and the ripples on his belly always increase the beauty of his bodily features. The details of bodily features of the Lord especially indicate that the personality of Godhead, impersonalists cannot appreciate this. So here Lord Shiva is offering such wonderful prayers to the Lord. Shama Shorn Adhirochi Shno Dukula Shravana Mekhalam Samacharva Agri Janghoru Nimna Jano Sudarshanam. Lord Shiva's the lower part of his lord's waist is dark and covered by yellow garments and a belt bedecked with golden embroidery work. His symmetrical lotus feet and the calves, thighs, and the joints of his legs are extraordinarily beautiful indeed. The Lord's entire body appears to be well built. So you need not go to gym to make it look more attractive. Okay. Lord Shiva is one of the 12 authorities, and the impersonalists who generally worship Lord Shiva should learn of the transcendental Satchidananda Vigraha of the Lord. So that is what Prabhupada is telling here. पदासरत्पद्मपलाशरोचिषा नखद्युभिर्न अन्तरघं विधुन्वता प्रदर्शयन् स्वीयम् सद्वसाम् पदं गुरोर्मार्गगुरोस्तमोजुषाम्. My dear Lord, your two lotus feet are so beautiful that they appear like two blossoming petals of the lotus flower which grows during the autumn season. Indeed, the nails of your lotus feet emanate such a great effulgence that they immediately dissipate all the darkness in the heart of the conditioned souls. My dear Lord, kindly show me the form of yours which always dissipate all kinds of darkness in the heart of a devotee. My dear Lord, you are the supreme spiritual master of everyone, therefore all conditioned souls covered by the darkness of ignorance can be enlightened by you as the spiritual master. Actually, when you hear the Vedic mantras, they are glorifying different demigods. Even the Lord is also glorified in the Vedas. And when you do any yajna and puja, basically the Brahmana is chanting this mantra only, glorification of the Lord, His form, and other things. But the prayers which are there in Bhagavatam, they are much more very deep, and they're much more very personal, and that too by great personalities. It has more effect. So even if somebody want to, like, basically the ritualistic activities that are done, they are doing these yajnas and pujas. They are all chanting this some mantras from the Vedas which are more official mantras. But what Bhagavatam is giving, na, they are giving more personal mantras. So even if somebody want material benefit and they want to do any yajna, instead of doing any yajna, they can sit and recite Bhagavatam only because it has more effect. And now we are calling some priest. Now the priest is expecting some remuneration. So the quality of his the motivation for him to appreciate the Lord is the remuneration which the performer is giving, not just devotion of the Lord. See, he may have some perfection in some mantras that we have to accept. Some may, because they are chanted for a long time, they have a perfection. But most important is the motivation with which he is doing, na, that also have an effect. Because the motivations are not very pure. Previously, it was Purohit. Purohit means one who want to do hita, benefit to the family. So every family used to have some Purohit. So the Purohit is meant to give some benefit to the family. And because the family accepted him as their master, so he goes he performs his sadhana, and then he comes to the householder's place. He performs certain yajna and all, trying to reduce the karma of the people who are at the house. And then now he reduces means that karma will come to him, and he goes and performs sadhana so that the karma will come to him and he will nullify it because of his sadhana. So that is how it is to happen. Now there is no purohits. We just paid some pujaris, they come, they do and they go. So the motivation is the remuneration. But if we really want benefit, we just have to chant Kunti prayers, Rudra Gita, Gopi Gita, Brahma's prayers, Prahlad's prayers. They are so personal and we can do with so much devotion. 108 times Kunti prayers, 108 times Rudra Gita, 108. So you get more benefit and devotion also, heart will change, and whatever karma, whatever Lord decides. So this is what we have to do. No need of any karma kand. Even if you want material things also, Bhagavatam is much more better than even the Vedic mantras also. Because after writing all these Vedic mantras, even Vyasadeva was not very happy. So what is the point? Better go with Bhagavatam. So even Lord Vyasadeva himself is saying, and Narada is recommending. So it is better for us that we go with Bhagavatam. And here we see such nice prayers they are offered. Even Vedic mantras, they don't have such nice description what Shiva is giving here. It is a personal, and Shiva is not explaining which somebody he heard from somebody. No, it is his direct darshan. So it has a more effect there, like that. So Shiva has thus described the bodily feature of Lord authoritatively. Not he want to now he want to see the lotus feet of Lord. When a devotee want to see the transcendental form of Lord, he begins his meditation on the Lord's body by first looking at the feet of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam is considered to be the transcendental sound form of the Lord, and the 12 cantos are divided into according to the transcendental body. So this we have discussed also. So beauty of the lotus feet of Lord is compared to the petals of lotus flower, which grows in the autumn season by nature's law in autumn. The dirty or muddy waters of the rivers and lakes becomes very clean. At the time the lotus flower grows. So this is what is described here. And Prabhupada says that Bhagavad Gita, it is said that in order to make spiritual progress, one must become fearless. Abhayam sattva samshuddhi. Fearlessness is a result of material involvement. It is also said in Bhagavatam, Bhayam dvityad abhiniveshat tasyat. Fearlessness is a creation of bodily conception of life. So Prabhupada is a very huge purport for this shloka. Very nice. And Lord Shiva says, Etadrupam anudhyeyam atmashuddhim abhipsatam yadbhakti yogo bhaya abhyada swadharmam anutishtatam. He says, my dear Lord, those who desire to purify their existence must always engage in meditation upon your lotus feet as described above. Those who are serious about executing their occupational duties and who want freedom from fear must take to this process of bhakti yoga. So now he is telling the process. Till now he is Sambandha. Now it comes to Abhideya. So Abhideya is the application. What I should do. I know the relation. Now what I should do. He is telling those who desire to purify their existence must engage in devotion, engage in meditation upon your lotus feet. Serious about executing their occupational duties, want to be free from fear, must take to the path of bhakti. It is said that transcendental name, form, pastimes, antaraj of the Lord cannot be appreciated by blunt material senses. Therefore, one has to engage himself in devotional service so that the senses may be purified and one can see the Supreme Lord. Here, however, it is indicated that those who are constantly engaged in meditation on lotus feet of Lord are certainly purified by material contamination of senses and are thus able to see the Lord face to face. Dhyanavastita tatkatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. So even if you want to do swadharma, the swadharma is meant to savai pumsam paro dharma. So highest dharma is to do bhakti only. So Prabhupada is quoting the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai refers to Varnashram Dharma, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Yeha Bahya. This is external. This is not highest. So Bhavan Bhakti Mato Labdo Durlabha Sarvadehinam Swarajyasyapya Abhimata Ekantenatma Vidgatihi. My dear Lord, the king in charge of the heavenly kingdom is also desirous of obtaining the ultimate goal of devotional service. Similarly, you are the ultimate destination of those who identify themselves with you, Aham Brahmasmi. However, it is very difficult for them to attain you, whereas a devotee can easily attain your lotus feet. So, Aham Brahmasmi, Brahma Samhita, Vedeshu Durlabha Madhurlabha Atma Bhaktu, Bhaktyamam Vijanati. We can only understand by bhakti. We cannot be understood by any other process. Only by bhakti we can understand Krishna. That's what Prabhupada is telling. Tam duraradhyam aradhya satamapi durapyaya ekanta bhaktya ko chaithe padamulam vina bhahi. My dear Lord, pure devotional service is even difficult for liberated person to discharge, but devotional service alone can satisfy you. Who will take to other process of self-realization if he is actually serious about the perfection of life? So now he's asking a question. How? Why it is? The word Satam refers to transcendentalists. So who will not do devotional service? The word Duraradhyam is especially, it is very difficult to attain the lotus feet of Lord by other methods. So why not do bhakti? Why are you doing other things? And yatra nirvishtam aranam कृतान्तो नाभिमन्यते विश्वं विध्वंसनं वीर्या सूर्य विस्फूर्जितः भ्रुवा. Simply by expansion of his eyebrows, invincible time personified can immediately vanquish the entire universe. However, formidable time does not approach the devotees who have taken complete shelter at your lotus feet. So now he is telling how Lord is going to protect his devotees. So Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Kalosmi sorry, Lord is the shape and form of death, destroys all persons' possessions. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. So Lord says this. He takes away everything. So everything in material world is subjected to perish in due course of time. However, all the strength of time cannot hamper the activities of a devotee. Her devotees takes complete shelter under the lotus feet of the Lord. For this reason only is a devotee free from formidable time. All the activities of karmis, jnanis, which have no touch of devotional service, are spoiled in due course of time. The material success of karmi is intended to destroy. Similarly, the impersonal realizations attained by jnana is also destroyed. So Arha Krichena Param Padam Tataha. So everything is destroyed. Only devotional activities remain. So this is what, if one is unable to complete the process of bhakti, he is given a chance in next life. When Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, was instructing his assistants, he told them not to approach devotees. The devotees should be offered respects. He said, but do not go near them. Thus, the devotees of Lord are not under the jurisdiction of Yamaraj also. This is what Prabhupada is telling here. Simply by blinking the eyes, time personified can destroy the entire cosmic manifestation, but it has nothing to do with devotees. In other words, devotional service which is rendered by devotees in this life, can never be destroyed by time. Such spiritual assets remain unchanged, being beyond the influence of time. Okay, thank you very much. We'll end here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।